friends from around the world. Welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. I am Carolee. This is my channel, Clarity with Carolee, where I help to bring you clarity through life's toughest challenges. Today's reading is what is stopping you? What is stopping you from going after your dreams? What is stopping you from manifesting your desires? What is stopping you from doing the thing that you really, really want to do that's part of your deepest inner desires? What is stopping you from doing that, and how can you unblock the flow? Whether it's conscious or unconscious, what is it that you can do to move past this stagnation, this block? What is keeping you stuck, and how can you move forward from this moment and sort of align with your soul so that you can start attracting your dreams into your life? I have 3 piles for you to choose from. Pile number 1 with the Himalayan salt, crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Pile number 2 with begin now, take your first step in the desert rose. And then pile number 3, uncovering treasure, the pyrite stone, beneath the surface lies great bounty. I'm really excited to bring this message to you today. And so with that, take a moment before you choose your pile. Maybe think about what it is that you really want in your life, and but that feels stagnant, or feels like it's really far away, or feels like you just can't seem to manifest it no matter what you do. Think about that situation in your life, and then take a few deep breaths, and when you're ready, choose the pile that resonates with you the most. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you for sticking with me, for being here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I really want to send you some love first and foremost, and yeah, with that, I will see you in your reading. All right, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. What is stopping you? What is stopping you from achieving your dreams, from manifesting your goals, from aligning with your true self? What is getting in the way, or what needs to be done and healed in order for you to achieve the things that you want to achieve, the things that are in your heart especially? Hey, what's getting in your way? And how can you move forward in this situation? So right off the bat, we have crossing bridges, the card that you chose for pile number 1. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. So crossing bridges can mean, it could literally be traveling for some of you guys. Maybe you have this desire to travel or to move to a different city or country, maybe crossing a great river or ocean, perhaps. That could be part of your journey. And I feel like with the lantern here, with this figure in the moonlight, sort of following the next best step, the next best thing. What can you do to move forward? What's the one thing that is right in front of your face, right? It's like not being able to see the whole picture clearly, but just knowing that, like, okay, I have this step to take and that step to take, and this is the next step, and not necessarily the journey not necessarily being laid out completely in front of you. I feel like some of you are a little bit in the dark when it comes to what it is that maybe your soul actually wants. What's the purpose in your life? And you're just sort of, taking it one day at a time, one step at a time. And maybe that's been really frustrating for you. I'm sensing for some of you, kind of navigating by the stars, but not really knowing the final destination. And maybe because of that, you feel like there's a sense of feeling like a failure because you don't have this crystal clear picture of exactly what it is that you want at the end of the day, at the end of all of this. But Spirit is really strongly saying to this pile that you don't necessarily need to have that clear picture. All you really need to do is trust and have faith and follow the path, follow the breadcrumbs, one day at a time, one moment at a time, one breath at a time. And I think that slowing down for you and taking a break, a time out, maybe at the top of this bridge, perhaps, to feel your way. When I don't know my daughter does this, close your eyes and come look at this, and so you're closing your eyes and you don't want to fall and you don't want to bump into anything, so you kind of put your hands out and everything's dark and you're trying to feel your way and sense your way through this moment and not being able to see clearly. And even in that moment, bringing up my daughter and just having faith that, like a trust exercise, having faith that she will guide me, to the thing that she wants me to see, not necessarily into a wall. So having faith and relying on other people is really important, I think, for your journey. And Spirit's just taking me on a bunch of tangents right now, so I apologize for that. But it's all, really important part of your journey, I think, is that you're not alone, that you have spirit guides and people around you and spirit and your guides, angels bringing people and places and circumstances to you to help you along the way. And sometimes navigating in the dark. So, or what are they wanting to? They're showing me, okay. Sometimes it feels as though you're navigating in the dark, but actually you have so many guides and spirits and angels and friends and circumstances that are actually supporting you. Spirit wants you to take a look back at your life and look at some moments. And I know I've had these moments where I could have been really injured. I could have been really hurt and things could have gone really badly. But then something magical happens. I was detoured or some person showed up that really protected me along the way. Look at your life, look back. And even though you might not be where you want to end up or you just feel like it's not working, you feel like you're not getting anywhere, but Spirit wants you to look back at times in your life where things could have gone horribly wrong, but they didn't. Things could have gone sideways, but they didn't. You always seem to manage to get through. They're saying by the skin of your teeth. And that's not to say that, you shouldn't have or couldn't have died in that moment, but it's that spirit, your guides, your team, angels were there to protect you along the way. So you feel like you're in the dark and Spirit's keeping you in the dark, but I think there's a good reason for that, and we're going to get into why perhaps when I pull out the tarot cards. But there's a lot of mystery around your life purpose, and it could be for some of you if you identify as maybe a starseed, or I call starseeds light bringers. If you identify as a light bringer, sometimes our role isn't necessarily to even have a mission per se. It's just to bring love. It's just to share and spread our energy, our joy, our happiness. And so you kind of might find that you bounce around from one place to another, one continent to another. You might find that you travel a lot. Maybe you're a traveling yoga teacher and you've been all around the world, or, you just can't seem to be grounded, and maybe people have put you down for that in the past, but you're not necessarily meant to be grounded or meant to be rooted in one particular place. I think for a lot of you, you're meant to kind of spread your energy around, and not necessarily in a negative way, or I'm not talking about spreading your seeds around kind of thing. I'm just thinking of you're meant to share your energy with the world. And if you feel a little bit restless, I think that's a part of your soul wanting to explore, wanting to connect, wanting to meet other people, wanting to collect experiences around the world. And that's not a bad thing. Even though I think society sometimes shames people who feel the need to do that. To travel and move and experience, fly by the seat of their pants. Okay, so that was a long tangent. So I didn't ask a question. I'm just going to tap into this a little bit more. They're just showing, they're showing me friends sitting around a table having some wine or having some tea or whatever it is that you love to do, and just chatting and laughing and having so much fun. And it's like you meet people all around the world. I don't know if this is what's happened in your life before. Maybe you've stopped that. Maybe you decided to put down roots and because that's what you thought that you should do, but you're feeling really restless, I feel. And it's like and kind of guilty for feeling restless. It's like, oh, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, or you just feel like maybe you're a housewife. This is just an example, but being a housewife and just feeling really resentful at it, feeling like you're not doing it right, feeling like you're not good at it, feeling like you just feel really unhappy, really like there's something missing in your life, and maybe you're looking at your marriage or your partnership or your home and being a mother and all that. You're starting to feel like maybe this wasn't the best idea, maybe I shouldn't have done this, but it's not necessarily that. It's this hole that you've pegged yourself into, that this is what motherhood looks like. This is what being a good partner looks like. This is what being a wife looks like. This is what we should want to do. And maybe, just maybe, there's a different way of organizing your life, organizing your family. It doesn't have to be so cookie cutter. And I think that releasing here in the card is saying releasing your idea of what you should be, that you should fit in, and start embracing who you actually are. So what's stopping you from embracing that life? What's stopping you from reaching out and finding what feels good and following those breadcrumbs, even though you're sort of like navigating through in the dark? I see that there's so many opportunities and experiences and people and joys and fun and laughter that's still ahead for you. But Spirit saying that you need to sort of let go of what you think that you should be doing and start following what you feel like you want to be doing. 5 of Pentacles. Here, I'm going to move this. We start here. So Spirit, we're asking today, what's stopping you? That's the big question. What's stopping you? 5 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, security maybe, finances, not having the finances or believing that you don't have the finances to do this thing that you really want to do. Feeling as though you're not good enough, feeling like you're like, maybe, I feel like maybe you feel like you'd be abandoning your responsibilities if we're going with that sort of stay-at-home mom kind of energy, or having that family, having those people that rely on you that you don't want to let down. The Lovers. What's stopping you? 4 of Pentacles. Oh, can I put this? Oh no, yeah, security. Security is, this one. Security is really something that's weighing heavy on you. What's stopping you? So the High Priestess in reverse and the Page of Wands in reverse. Untapped creative potential. You are like a creative genius. You're very intuitive, but you don't believe it. Your intuition guides you extremely well, especially with this card here, crossing bridges, and the character being guided by just like this one lantern in the dark, not really being able to see clearly, but your intuition is guiding you, and for some reason at some point along the way in your journey, you stop trusting and believing your intuition, and I think Spirit is calling me to discuss a little bit of the difference between what's your intuition telling you versus what's your fear and your conditioned response from living a human experience. How can you tell the difference between a fear response and your intuition? How can you develop your intuition? How can you be sure that your creativity, the things that you really find fun and joyful and that light you up, how can you be sure that those are going to bring you the security that you need in order to support your family, to support your friends, to support the lifestyle that maybe you've grown accustomed to? Oh, Spirit, that's the hardest thing, right? I'm just, sorry. they're saying there is no certainty, right? Like they're just saying there is no certainty. You have no idea where the path is taking you. But, and they brought me the Five of Cups here. Yeah, so there's just so much uncertainty, so much fear, so much maybe loss, pain, suffering, making sacrifices in the past. You've made maybe so many sacrifices in the past that it's like, oh my God, was that all for nothing? Did I sacrifice so much for nothing? Am I going to actually venture off on this whole new path? Is it worth it? Can I make it with just the clothes on my back? Like, look at this figure traveling from one place to another across this bridge in the dark with very little, just his clothes and this lantern and faith, the stars and the moon guiding him, his intuition, the moon there guiding this figure here. But you notice how the figure's head is held high. There's no disparity in this crossing. Maybe you're literally at a crossroads, like just thinking, do I go that way or do I go this way? And you're thinking, what will bring me the most security instead of what will bring me the most joy? The Fool 2.0. In this deck, there's an extra Fool card. I'm going to put that over here in reverse. Yeah, there's this feeling of not wanting to start over. Like you've already made so many sacrifices. You've already invested all of your energy, all of your money, all of your faith, all of whatever into this thing that you thought was going to pan out, whatever that is for you, or this lifestyle, or this career, or it could be family for some of you. Although I think, I think it's a mix, right? I think it's all blended. Sorry, I have to adjust myself. It's all blended together. And do I want to start again? What's stopping you? This fear of starting over. This fear that your intuition is wrong. That is this fear that this desire inside of you is going to lead you astray into unknown territory, and you're afraid of the unknown. But that's normal. That's normal for the brain, the body, and the human experience to be afraid of the unknown. It's designed to protect you, and the unknown is uncertain, and so it's scary, and so it's more comfortable. It's easier for you to stay where you are, doing what you're doing, being unhappy, than following your dreams and following your passions and going for what lights you up. It's easier as a human being. Living a human as a human being, as a spiritual being, living this human experience, being trapped in the body, being conditioned by the life that we've all created here in this universe. And then we have here, which way do you want me to put this, Spirit? Okay, Queen of Wands, Two of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. What would happen if you just went for it? What if it all worked out? What if you put yourself out there in a different way, shined your light onto the world, followed your gifts, your natural innate abilities, the things that are so fun and bring you so much joy and laughter and expressed yourself in a different way? What if you did that and everything worked out even better than you could have ever expected? What if? My daughter and I just watched on Netflix The Magical Elephant. Oh my God. Like she loves magic. We're just so into magic. And not just, like magicians, whatever, but natural innate abilities to perform magic, just being magical, right? She loves that stuff. And there's this one character, it's like the captain of the guard. His And he just, he lights up and he's telling his wife, like, what if everything worked out? What if we could do this? What if this was possible? And he's just like this little child, that childlike wonder of what could we do with this? What would happen if everything did work out? And we hold ourselves back so much from that what if and putting ourselves out there, because what if magic exists? What if we were able to actually manifest all of our dreams? And then there's that fear that comes in of like, what if I'm successful? What does that mean? Will my family abandon me? Will my friends abandon me? I don't know what it feels like to feel so absolutely touched by the universe and magic and sparkles and joy and love and fulfillment. Like that feeling, that overwhelming feeling of love and abundance is scary as F if you've gone through a life of nothing but trauma and unpredictability and stress, like chronic stress. If that's how you lived your life, anything but that is also going to feel extremely stressful for you. It's just a natural part of the nervous system, how the nervous system gets conditioned and the brain gets conditioned. So how do you override that? I'm getting so fired up about this. I know, because I know exactly how this feels, right? I mean, all our circumstances are different, and I don't know exactly how you're feeling right now about the situation, but I know how scary it is to have something light you up and be so terrified of it at the same time. Like, I know exactly how that feels right now. So what's stopping you is your own fears, your conditioning, your feeling of like, this can't possibly be, or I don't know, I don't want to start all over again. It's so overwhelming, it's so stressful, there's so much uncertainty, I don't know if I could actually do it. And maybe even with the Two of Swords in the middle of the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, maybe there's also a little bit of fear of, how do I go about this? And I think that this also Two of Swords is saying, in addition to what if, it's like, how can I bridge the two? Security with the Queen of Pentacles, long-term financial security for my family. How do I materialize this joy? How do I ground this energy and make it, materialize in the 3D reality with the sort of the light, the spark, the joy, the inspiration, the creative potential, like the creativity, the ideas that you're having, that are coming from the heart, your heart center, coming from your solar plexus. Like this is a soul gift. This is a part of who you are at a soul level. How do you take that and ground it into the 3D world so that you can materialize it and you can monetize whatever this is that you want to do? Right? That's a little bit confusing. I think that that's part of what's stopping you as well. And you can apply it to whatever it is that's going on in your life. How do I get from A to B? And so maybe like security just feels, it's very scary for you, not having security in your life. So it's kind of stopping you, that fear of not being successful, that fear of losing your sense of security and well-being. And that could come from having a lot of insecurity in your home, in your relationships as a child, and so now you crave it. And we all sort of do to a certain extent, but if you're extremely hyper-vigilant about it, then that is is more of a trauma response and a conditioned response from experiences that you've had in the past. And Spirit is saying here with the advice, Knight of Pentacles and Six of Cups, I mean, you really don't have a lot of control. All you can do is take that one step at a time, take it one moment, one breath at a time, and follow through slowly but surely. As you gain more experience, you'll gain more confidence as you do the little tiny tasks that add up to one big completed final project. As you accomplish those little tasks on the list, you are going to feel even better about what it is that you're doing. It'll all add up to something, but following your joy, feeling like a kid again about this thing that you really want, feeling like it is possible, believing in yourself with the Six of Cups here. This is all about inner childlike wonder, joy, self-love, self-nurturing, connections, friendships, the right people as well. The right connections are going to come in to help you along the way. But just start taking those little small tasks. Know ahead of time that this might take some time. It's going to be a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. Knowing that and really getting into the meditative process of doing the work. the work in itself is a meditation. Okay, let's go to a different deck. Spirit, how can they ground? Whoa, that came really fast. I was going to say, how can they ground this energy? Pile number 1. 8. 8 is the number of abundance, but here the card is saying drought. But she's sort of she's in the desert and she's following the sun, the energy, the life force energy to somewhere, right? She has this idea of where she wants to go. The sun is just beyond the mountains over here, and she's following her inner light, her inner guiding system through the drought, through the fear, through the sacrifices, right? Traveling through in a desert is not an easy task. And she's also traveling with very little, similar situations, following the light, traveling with just the clothes on her back, knowing and believing that there's something better over here, but not necessarily being able to see it over the horizon. And then this came up as well, but it stuck in the deck, so I'm going to take it in reverse. 39, thunderstorm. I think that you're expecting the worst to happen, but it's all your fear response. It's a part of your fear doing its job by keeping you in this safe space, by anticipating all of the negative, horrible things that could possibly go wrong. But again, what would happen if you followed your joy? What would happen if you followed your inner light, your inner guiding system? And to not be afraid of this, because even if a storm happens in the midst of all of this, I'll take it, but we'll just go through the story of these cards. Even if a thunderstorm or a tower moment does rattle the earth, the ground that you're standing on, it's in order to clear the path to make it easier to get to where you want to go. And in the moment, tower moments do not feel like that at all. They don't. But they are for a purpose, and they are to help you move things out of the way in order to clear the path and renewal, so that you can what this card is saying, heal and connect with your true self, connect with your true purpose, mend bridges between you and maybe other people, heal and release the anger, release the frustration, release the self-doubt, release whatever it is that needs to be released in order for you to believe in this thing that you're meant to do, in order for you to believe in yourself. Forget about the divine, right? Sometimes we try to have faith, and even just the idea of trying to have faith in somebody other than ourselves, when we spent so much time controlling our environment to keep ourselves safe because we've been through so much stuff in the past, right? Even just the idea of having faith in this divine entity is overwhelming and difficult. So I want you to instead have faith in yourself. Okay, that's really important. Develop your sense of self, your self-concept. Feel like you are powerful. Tap into your own power with the Queen of Wands right there and the Queen of Pentacles. Like, you are powerful, and you will find security wherever you go, as long as you believe in yourself, as long as you follow your gut instinct, as long as you... Now, I know that in the trauma world, right, sometimes your gut is actually your nervous system reacting to something that's triggering a memory from the past or that's stored in your body, right? So sometimes when people say trust your gut, I'm like, oh, is it really your gut? Is it your intuition, or is it like your trauma response? Because that takes some time to decipher, to know the difference. But learning to trust yourself, having faith in yourself, because other people might have let you down, and maybe right now you don't feel comfortable having faith in other people. But if you have faith in yourself, and and you treat yourself well, and you love yourself, then the right people are going to come in, and you're going to recognize the wrong people right away, or the wrong situations right away, or within a couple days or whatever. Like, you'll see it. And as long as you have faith in yourself, and you trust yourself, and you're strong in your self-belief, your self-concept, then nobody can lead you astray ever, 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 ever again. Yeah, so here we have 20. This is like the journey. 26, sacrifice, soul loss, right? Offerings, sacred temple, inner healer. This is like the journey of maybe what you've already been on. You've made so many sacrifices, and now you're in this point in your life where you feel kind of lost. You feel like you've lost your sense of self because you've sacrificed so much of yourself, right? There's one thing to be a mother, let's say, and sacrifice things for short-term gain, right? That's different. Sacrifice something in order to gain something because you have faith in yourself, knowing that you are on your right path. But if you're sacrificing yourself, your sense of self, your soul, right? If you're sacrificing that in order to fit in order to go along with the flow of what other people want in their lives, what other people are doing, what your family wants for you, you're gonna start to face a lot of these like existential crises in this midlife time era where you're like, oh my God, who am I? What am I doing? I feel so empty. Why? And you start resenting this person and that person and this job and that, right? But it all boils down to where you made inappropriate sacrifices for the wrong reasons instead of trusting your instincts, following your truth, and doing what you need to do. But you are still in the right, always in the right circumstance, because what you've gone through up until now has led you to this point where now you can make this decision of, okay, I've done this. I don't want to do that again. I'm going to learn from these lessons, and I'm going to start offering something to myself, to the universe, to the world, whatever. I'm going to start giving to myself instead of depleting myself. And then finding that sacred temple within, aligning with your intuition, with your true self, so that you can go out into the world and create. And remember what I talked about in the beginning of maybe you're just meant to travel and not necessarily be grounded and rooted in one particular place, because there's so much out there. You want to collect all these experiences. It could be that you're also a natural born healer, and like I said earlier in this, that if you are a light bringer or a starseed, a rainbow child, whatever, a part of your mission is just to be, and to be joyful, so that you can share your energy, your healing energy with the world. But you can't heal just by being you, right? You can't heal the world around you with just your energy unless your energy is vibrating at that high level frequency. So how do you get there? Well, here's the journey. Any other advice for pile number 1, Spirit? How do they become, what's the question? How do they become unstoppable? How do they become unstoppable? Spirit, okay. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? That's what we've been talking about. The high priestess in reverse, the sacred temple. What is that call inside of you? Are you answering it? Why not? Figure out the why not so that you can figure out your why. And then at the bottom of the deck right here is trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Yeah. Journal it, meditate on it, go out for a run, go to the gym, dance, whatever. The answer will come to you when you sort of try to let go of finding the answer. If you're struggling to find that answer, if you've been sitting and meditating and asking yourself the same question over and over and over again, it's just going to go further and further away. So let it go. Do something that brings you joy. Draw a picture, dance, sing songs, whatever it is, for a few minutes every day, whatever. Be that strange woman like me in her car, singing at the top of her lungs, dancing around while driving. Totally like, it must be a sight. But anyways, do that, and then you will start to find these little answers come to you. Your intuition is very powerful, very strong. You have a natural healing quality about you, so much light, and I think you're just really afraid of security, of the financial means of making these things happen. But those will come to you when you are aligned. As Abraham Hicks says, that nothing trumps alignment. And if you are in alignment with your soul, with your true and authentic self, then you will never You'll never want for anything. You'll have exactly what you need. And with that, pile number 1, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being a part of my community and for watching this reading. If it resonated, give it a thumbs up, comment below, let me know. I love always hearing your stories, and I do try to comment and reply to every single person in this community. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that. I'd love to stay connected with you. And with that, I will see you in your next reading. Have a good day. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Okay, begin now. Take your first step. What's stopping you? Let's look at this card for a second. The journey seems really long. But I don't think that picking up the energy of this group, it doesn't feel like that bothers you. I do see a big, long journey ahead, or at least you're thinking that the journey is really long, but I feel a lot of excitement in this journey. I feel like perhaps what's stopping you is being a little bit torn between the home that you know, the people that you know, the life that you know, and what else is out there, right? Security. I don't know if it's security. Group 1, there was this huge emphasis on security, but group 2 doesn't feel like that. It feels more like a bittersweet departure almost. Just like I know that I have this journey to embark on, but I'm going to miss these people so much, and I don't know if I have it in me to do this on my own. I don't know what, I feel like there's a lot of faith. You're a very friendly, lighthearted person. I'm picking up a lot of yellows and oranges and just very warm colors, some even very orangey pink color, which is a beautiful energy. I love it, like a sunset or sunrise colors in the sky. So it's just like there's this beautiful warm energy about you, and I don't think that you are risk averse. You know, I feel like you've taken a lot of chances that have worked out in the past, but there's something about at this point, I don't know if it's, it could be there could be different answers for everybody watching here, but it's like maybe it's time for me to settle down, Spirit's saying. For some of you, this could be a message or something that some of you are thinking, maybe it's time for me to settle down. And not feeling bad about that, but feeling like there's, Spirit saying, one last adventure. But at the same time, you're almost like, I want to take all this with me in my backpack. But how can I? I can't do that. What's stopping you? Love. Love and family and connections. You feel really joyful where you are. It's like you've finally gotten to this point, I think, in your family, in your life, where everything feels more settled. You feel comfortable in yourself. You feel comfortable with people around you. You're feeling really good. And so it's like, is it really, is this adventure or this thing really necessary? Or am I happy to just live my life out in this place? Look, there, this beautiful homestead, this farm, chickens, vegetables, crops growing, family here, a home, and there's so much love and tenderness. They're very happy to see their father or male figure or whatever, the masculine energy, sort of go and do the things, the adventure and stuff. I was just shuffling the cards, and then the bottom of the deck had 2 of Cups. So it's like love and family and home that you feel good with. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. It doesn't feel like there's any tumultuousness there. It feels like a very safe place to be, and it feels like maybe it's taken a long time for you to get here, and you feel good, so why rock the boat, right? It's that kind of energy. So I'm going to move this over here. 9 of Swords, 8 with the Strength card. What else, Spirit? What's stopping pile number 2? Death. This is, it's like you're with the 8 card, with the Strength card here. I don't know if you already do heart-centered meditation, like Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, and the Heart Math Institute talks about, heart space meditation, or what does Heart Math call their heart? I can't remember what they call it, the heart sinking sort of meditation, really tapping into your heart center and allowing yourself to manifest through that, just your pure energy, love and joy. Like, you're so powerful in terms of manifesting. You've reached, I think that you've gone through a long journey with the 9 of Swords. Like, maybe this was you in the past with the 9 of Swords, like always worrying about the future, worrying about, not fitting in, losing a lot of sleep. Like, this is something that you have gone through. You know what it feels like to be full of anxiety, to feel full of stress, fear. And you've worked really hard with the Strength card here. You've worked really hard to overcome that, those afflictions of the soul, the wounds from your past, from your childhood, from your upbringing, whatever. Maybe abandonment. Like, maybe this is you as a child and your father left and you have a lot of issues around abandonment. And so now you feel like if you were to leave or take this job or do this thing, then you'd be abandoning your family the same way that your father or mother or whatever did to you as a child. And that could be a very subconscious, hidden motivation inside of you that's stopping you. But you've done a lot of the soul work, the work of releasing that fear, that pain. But now it's like, now that you've done all that work, there's this fear of the change that's going to happen. Like, not necessarily being afraid of it. Like, you really feel like you want to welcome it and you're excited about what's coming, this change. You can feel it coming with the Death card here, 3 of Wands. You can feel that it's coming towards you, this change, whatever it is that you've actually been trying to manifest, or whatever it is that your heart's been manifesting. Your inner being knows what it is that it wants, and you're sort of like really afraid of it manifesting, because, oh my God, I have finally reached this point in my life where I feel really content. And so now is the time when things are going to start to manifest for you really quickly. But because you've spent so much time in the 9 of Swords energy, and the fear and the wanting and the needing and the not having, when it's now that you've done a lot of the work on yourself, now that it's pouring into your life, or it's about to pour into your life, that scares you just as much, if not more, because you don't know what to expect, because you've never really lived that life of your dreams. Even though you want it, but now that it's coming, because you've raised your energy, your vibrations, and now that you know that you're worthy of it, like, you've done all this healing work for yourself, now you're like, oh my God, when it comes in, you feel nervous, like super nervous about it coming. Oh my God, yeah, okay, and the Lovers at the bottom of the deck there. Oh. 7 of Wands, Justice. You're getting what you deserve, and like in a good way. You've brought a lot of balance and harmony to your life. You've set boundaries with your inner being, with your inner child, with other people in your life. You've really started to walk your own spiritual path, and you've been doing it for a little while now, for most of you, if not like, a decade, or, a long time, I'd say. It could be less than that, but it maybe feels like it's been a long time. Like, you've been on this journey for an extremely long time, and you got sort of tired of waiting, and now, so you got tired of waiting for this manifestation to come in, and you've settled into the now, into the present moment, and that's the magic. That's when things are going to start to shift and change for you, which is very soon, if it hasn't already. But it terrifies you at the same time. I'm feeling energetically. because you've been hoping and wanting it for so long, that's kind of like, yeah, in this moment that I gave up, now, oh my God, it's all flooding in. And what do I do? What do I do with all this love? What do I do with all this abundance? I feel very emotional for you, like just so full of love and abundance and rapture, almost like just this pure joyful energy in this moment. And then it's like, oh, I just got used to being in this moment, in this body, in this life, and I'm starting to feel really good and content. Now everything's going to change. And I don't know what to expect. Like my heart is racing a little bit, like just with that anticipation. Okay, Spirit just wants me to take a second. Just slow down. I think that's a message for you. Like just take a moment to slow down your thoughts, slow down your breathing, slow down your heart rate, get yourself grounded again before you get, all worked up over all the goodness coming in. It's almost like those old fears coming through a little bit. Like, am I worthy of this? Oh my God, am I ready for this? How can I sustain this joy, this happiness, these manifestations? Oh my God, like what if I can't do it? What if I can't sustain this? What if I can't sustain this beautiful energy that I've created for myself? What if it all goes to shit? Like what if it all falls apart? Yeah, there's this fear of losing it all with the Four of Wands. Oh, I'll just put this over here. Four of Wands in reverse. This fear of losing it all as I was talking. Everything that you've built and now are manifesting this like intense fear of losing it all. Or what? It almost as if it's when this picture's in reverse, it almost looks like he's like he was walking on a tightrope and it broke. Like there's this balancing act. It's like there's this fear of like being on a tightrope, balancing it all. Like, how can I balance it all? Can I actually have it all? That could be a question. Like, is it even possible to have it all? And Spirit saying with the King of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. I'm just going to put that because I'm not sure how far you can see. I think you can only see about that far. I can't see the video. Anyway, if you are questioning whether you can actually have it all, Spirit saying yes. And if you're questioning, how can I balance it all? How can I actually do all of this and make it work? Spirit saying yes. What's coming in for you with the Three of Wands here and this coming right underneath? You have this fear of things falling apart, but it's not going to. It is coming in for you and it's solidifying into your life with the King of Pentacles. This is long-term security. This is family security. This is joy and love and abundance and feeling connected and feeling whole. And not because of all the things coming into your life, but you've created this wholeness, this sense of wholeness within you with the eight card, the strength card there, which I always think of like Leo or heart-centered, being very in your heart space, being grounded into your heart, into your body, very materialized, right? The divine materialized into the 3D in you. This is all coming in for you and it's lasting and it scares you because it's something that you've never had. And so this is terrifying you. But with the, okay, so they're bringing me the Six of Pentacles. Oh, how do I lay these out? Okay. Six of Pentacles, Five of Cups, the World. I don't want to cover this Ten of Cups here. I'm going to put it here. I don't know if you guys can see it there, but I'm going to put it there for a sec. How do we organize this? I might as well sorry, I just want to move these cards around. This is important. Six of Pentacles, Five of Cups, the World, the Moon, the Star. Oh my God, and the Ten of Cups there. Maybe I could do this. Okay, I feel like you guys are so nervous, but there's no need to be. I want to give you a big hug. Six of Pentacles. Be open to receiving. You are worthy of what's coming in. You've experienced, yes, a lot of loss in your life, but that was, I think, for a reason. Maybe you've been working on something, you've been trying to build something for a long time, and it wasn't really working, and you've been casting your net out there, it's been coming back empty, casting your net out there, coming back empty, and you feel, for a long time, you felt extremely depleted, and you're like, when's it my turn? When's it my chance? When's everything going to work out for me? But you've through all of that doubt, you've still remained steadfast. You've still focused on coming back to yourself, coming back to your heart, aligning with your soul, even when it was hard. The book of Job comes to mind, if you know this story. I mean, I haven't read that in a long time, but it's like your faith being tested in this life. Faith in the divine, faith in the universe, faith in yourself. And, through all of that testing and the pain and the suffering and the things not working out, you've managed to come back to yourself every single time. And because of that, you are finally about to receive your reward. You are being blessed, like blessings and blessings and blessings are just pouring into your life. If they haven't started already, they will be very soon. Yeah, like through all of the darkness, through all of the doubt, through all of the fears, you've managed to tap into your light. Even when things were hard, you smiled through it, or tried to. You had days. You're going to have days, right? Bad days happen. They're part of being human. But how can you circle back and come back to yourself, come back to your heart, come back to the now, focusing on who you are as a spiritual being? This is a very tough spiritual journey that you've been on in this life, and maybe through multiple lives. But Spirit's congratulating you for making it work, for coming through, for staying steadfast, for having that faith, for believing in yourself, for asking for guidance, asking for help with the star card here, and following through on that guidance. It's not just the asking for the help, but following through on it, whatever that means for you. And everybody's different, right? But I watched a video by Louise Hay recently that, part of her transformational journey in the beginning was looking in the mirror, doing mirror work and asking herself, or just saying to herself, I love you. What do you need? What can I do for you? How can I be there for you? How can I support you? And through that process, that work that you've done for yourself, you have found yourself and aligned with your true and authentic self, and now things are starting to really manifest really quickly for you. But it terrifies you because you haven't had those experiences up until now, or up until recently in this life, and so you don't really know what to expect. And even it's been a process allowing yourself to receive support from other people, love from other people, kindness from other people. That's been hard for you. It's been a part of your journey in the last few years, I'm seeing. So Spirit's also saying, congratulations, you've learned how to connect, to allow yourself to receive, to love yourself enough to say, I need help, to reach out to other people, connect with other people, to help other people, right? And not because you're going to get something out of it, just because, you want to help, you have the energy, and you want to support other people, or the earth, or whatever it is that, you do. And even if it's just sharing kindness and energy and a smile, that's still supportive in its own way. Okay. So what's stopping you? Nothing's really stopping you. I just feel like you're afraid of losing it all, almost. I feel like you're afraid of losing it, of like getting it. It's almost like this cruel joke of the universe, this fear of like getting it and then losing it, or getting it and then things going wrong. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I don't, some teachers will talk about, what's crying over spilled milk, or like, what's the thing when you manifest it, or anyway, whatever. Like your fears then turn around and manifest the thing that you're most afraid of. But in this situation, I don't think Spirit is playing that game with you, right? Energetically, I think that Spirit is going to give you an opportunity to settle into this new life. So there is an adjustment period that you'll need to acclimatize to, Spirit saying, and they're going to give you that opportunity. They're going to say, oh, now that you're afraid of having this thing, we're going to yank it away from you. That's just cruel. And they wouldn't do that. And they know that it takes a little bit of adjustment to feel safe and secure in this new energy, in this environment. You've sort of been working on it for a long time, but they are going to give you that opportunity to settle in. So don't worry about that, right? And then you will the more you feel safe and secure in this thing, these manifestations, this joy, this love, this abundance, whatever it is that's coming in, like a lot's coming in. It depends on who you are and what you've been trying to manifest. But there's like love with the 10 of Cups, like divine love, union, connection, family. And then with the King of Pentacles there, it's like family, security, wealth, even abundance in so many different ways, like feeling very secure in your life, in your body, and in your home as well. And so it'll take a little bit of adjustment, I think Spirit wants you to know, and that's okay, and they're going to give you that time to adjust. Okay, so we have thunderstorm, prophetic dream. What's this thunderstorm? Oh, we have the Justice card there. So the thunderstorm is like Spirit brought you to your knees so that you could learn how to balance your energies in chaos. So that no matter what happens in the future, you will be strong enough to face it and maintain the connections that you're developing now or that are coming in for you, so that you're going to be able to maintain your financial security no matter what happens, because you've gone through the towers so many times that you're going to be prepared in the future. That's what those storms were for, so that you can have lasting security, because lasting security is important for you in connections, in love, in yourself, but also financially for your family as well. So that's what that was for. And then prophetic dreams is like just everything is happening for you. And maybe you dreamed of this life that you've always wanted, and you've been holding on so tight to this vision of it, nurturing it, caressing it, believing in it, trusting in it, having faith, not letting anybody taint it with their energy, just holding it really close to your heart, close to your solar plexus, close to you, being very protective. And then we have the 7 of Wands down here, being very protective of this dream of yours, and it is coming to fruition. You followed all of the right steps. You might not know or realize that right now, or maybe you do, and this is giving you some confirmation. So what's stopping you? I mean, fear of losing it all, but that's only because you've gone through so much, that you've lost so much in the past, but Spirit was preparing you so that you could eventually hold on to it. Look at her holding on to this abundance, globe of abundance, Spirit was training you so that you could hold on to it and have that lasting security, so that you could be immune to thunderstorms and crises, economic volatility even. Now you know what to invest in, how to diversify your wealth portfolio, like all of these different things, how to invest in performing assets and whatever, right? Like, that now because you've been through this, you've observed the world falling apart. And so now you're smart enough, you have experience enough to make things last, no matter what happens around you. You're prepared for it. Spirit just wants you to know that. Anything else, Spirit, in terms of how to release this fear, maybe. And rightfully so. It makes sense that they would still have this fear. Okay. Number 23, River Woman. 25, Sacred Temple. 26, Sacrifice. The sacrifice is throwing me off a little bit. River Woman, it's just like going with the flow, right? Pouring into yourself, pouring into your projects, to what you love, pouring your heart into it. To give to yourself is not to sacrifice yourself, or to give to things that you love is not sacrificing yourself. I think that's more of a message of like, don't feel like pouring into this thing, right? This relationship, this family, this business is sacrificial. It's not. It's actually an investment. I think that's the message here. And just continue to have faith, right, in yourself, connecting to yourself, to the divine, staying grounded, staying connected, staying true to yourself is the most important thing that you can do. Giving to yourself, investing in yourself, in your business. And diversifying. I'm really seeing for you guys, because we have the King of Pentacles here and the thunderstorms and stuff, this lasting security is there for you. Make sure that you are smart with your finances, I think Spirit's saying as well. When you do, maybe you're getting a bunch, a large payment or a contract or something. We have the Justice card down there. So, and then Six of Pentacles. So maybe you're being offered a role that's going to pay you huge dividends or money or whatever. A large contract. Instead of saving it or putting it into RSPs or 401ks or whatever, how can you make your money grow for you? What else could you invest in that's a performing asset? Or what can you invest in that will triple your money in a safe and secure way, right? We've realized, what it feels like to be lied to by people in power, to be manipulated by people in power. Do you want to invest with them, or do you want to find your own other investments? It could also be investing in, gold and silver and stuff like that instead. There's something about that and knowing and being aware of what is right for you to invest in. Holding on to that idea and not letting anybody else sort of sway your opinion on what you should be doing, right? Not going along with the flow of the masses, but how can you grow your wealth potential? How can you sustain this level of abundance that's coming into your life? How can you protect it? And then we have that also with the prophetic dreams. I just see her really protecting this life that she's built, this globe of abundance and love and possibilities, nurturing it. And how can you protect it from other people's influence? And that's also what the thunderstorms have taught you, who to trust. You really you have a keen sense of people and their motivations now because of those towers that you've gone through. So now you know who to trust when it comes to like where you get your advice from, especially I think when it comes to financial advice, where to invest in, how to give back to yourself and your community, your network, in order to create sustainable and sustainable wealth and security in terms of finances, but also love and connections and community as well. Okay, one more question. What's stopping them, or how can they become unstoppable? That's the question. How can pile number 2 become unstoppable? Here we go. Break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Spirit saying, don't take advice. Like if you look at somebody, and people say this all the time, but it's true. If you look at people in your life that are trying to give you advice, look at their lives. Are they living the life that you want? life that you respect and admire. You know, it's like, oh, okay, I want to take advice from you because I see that you've built this thing that I actually also want. If not, you know, take their advice with a grain of salt, I'd say, especially when it comes to family, stories around money, around love, around success and security. What does that look like? What does that feel like for them? Break that pattern, because that doesn't have to be your story. I've talked to so many clients who are like, you know, when we come to the concept of love, true love, and fairy tales and romance and all of that, most people don't believe in it. They think it's a fairy tale. They think it's like something Disney made up. But Disney wouldn't have made it up if it didn't already exist, if it wasn't already a desire in people's souls and hearts that people wanted and wished for. And so these movies tap into those desires and make it real. And make it feel possible, when in our world, the world that we've created, it doesn't feel possible to have this like dream life, for magic to happen, for true love to exist, you know, our twin flames or whatever. Like, they don't feel it. They think it's all this farce. They think that life is supposed to be drudgery and work and sacrificial and horrible and painful and all those things, when it's not. It's really not. But you've been conditioned. If that's how you thought before, if your family thinks that way, it's because they've been conditioned by by harsh reality, that we have all agreed on, right? Our 3D reality is just a reality of like everybody's concept of what life is, that we've all come together and sort of agreed that, yes, this is life. But what happens, what if we change that? What if we said, oh no, that's not what life is. Life is bliss. Life is this. Love is this. There is true love. Divine counterparts, all of those things. I know how I want to feel in a relationship, and I'm not settling for something else because I'm afraid that it's not right for me, or if it's not true for me, or whatever. Like, we can go off on these tangents, but breaking the chain, breaking the cycles, ancestral patterns, healing that, so that you can always believe in yourself, believing in what is actually possible and true and could be, you know. Imagine the kind of world that you actually want your kids to grow up in, or you want yourself to grow up in, and start living that life, showing up in that way, and eventually things will change. You know, in the 3D human world, it seems like it takes a long time, but when it comes to the spiritual world, it's actually not that far away. Spirit is saying they're just kind of going to laugh at us, and we get so caught up in this painstaking process of being human. They're like, if you only knew, right? On the other side, we're just kind of sitting here drinking some tea and cheering you on, whatever. Okay. It's so frustrating, you know, when you're a psychic or an intuitive, and if you are, you'll get it. But just like seeing them kind of laying back and laughing and guiding you, but like, why are you taking this so seriously? And you're like, oh, shaking your fist at them because you're like, don't you get it? It's so hard. It's so, you know, so slow. It's so dense here. Trust me, I've had my own like moments in that. My daughter was actually saying one day, who are you talking to? Like, I'm just talking to spirit, and they're just making life so hard right now. What the hell? I'm done with you. You know, and as a spiritual advisor and coach and guide and stuff, I have to take those messages and bring them to you, and that's part of my job, my role here. But I do question them, you know, why? Why do we do this? Why are you forcing this on us? And there's always a reason, a perfectly good explanation. And a way that we can grow and blossom because of our challenges. But in the moment, they can be really daunting and very hard because of the way our bodies are designed, because of the way the 3D human world is designed. But it's designed that way so that we can grow and learn and experience things. And I feel like I can talk to you guys a little bit about that because you are very spiritually aligned pile. So with that, pile number 2, thank you for being here and listening to my rants. I really appreciate you, sending you so much love. If you like this reading, if it resonated for you, please give it a thumbs up, comment below, let me know. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing that. I'd love to stay connected, and I can't wait to read for you again. Talk to you next time. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. What's stopping you? What is stopping you? Uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Spirit saying beauty is only skin deep. Take that as it resonates, because that's just a channeled message coming through. being drawn to this dragon's long eyelashes, and she's just like admiring her shiny objects, right? Her material things. She's admiring this shiny stuff, like the material, the gold, her like collection of gold and silver, her collection of material possessions that she's adorned herself with or collected over the years, or have managed to save and collect. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I think that there's something deeper. It's almost as if she's looking at this stuff here, but her soul, her heart is yearning for something else, but she doesn't know that. It's like I'm hearing baby, like it's just that I'm saying mother because she has these long eyelashes and she's nurturing this chest of treasure as if it were a baby, hugging it close, gazing at it as if it were a baby. So I'm just getting this very mothering energy. And yet there's this thing that's here, this presence, these material objects, having all that she could think that she could ever want, but then feeling really empty inside and not necessarily seeing it or acknowledging it, and still like, okay, I feel kind of empty. How about I just add more things to my cart? What else could I obtain? What else could I buy? What else could I do that would fill this hole inside of me? And that's the energy that I'm picking up on, even though the card, just speaks of abundance, but uncovering something deeper within you. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? I have this sense that it's this deeper need for something else that's adjacent to what it is that you're presently going after, but maybe not really being able to identify it. Like maybe you've been trying to manifest something and it's not coming in for you because it's not coming in, not because you don't want it, but because it's not your heart's desire, your heart's true desire. And so sometimes when we let go of manifesting a specific thing and instead start to manifest just whatever's for our highest good and the highest good of other people around us, it gives the universe room to bring you things that are even better than what it is that you want. But you're so focused on having this thing that you've achieved, attained, the career success, whatever it is. But there's something else that like you really want, your soul really wants. You don't consciously know what it is though. And so there's something stopping you, and maybe you've been wanting to do something, like put a project out there or start a family or whatever it is, but there's something holding you back. Procrastination is a trauma response, right? Maybe feeling like you're not good enough or whatever. But I feel like for this pile, it's more of an inner knowing that no, there's just something else. There's something else out there. A different kind of opportunity, an adjacent possibility that I can't even fathom. You can't even, it's there, but you can't even fathom what it is because it's so outlandish, it's so different. But you don't even know what to manifest or what to go after because you don't know what that thing is. You just know that it's out there. And so you're busy focusing on this, right, this shiny object right in front of you, but there's something deeper that was going to bring you even more joy, more abundance, more alignment. You just, it's so great. It's so grand, I want to say, actually. It's so grand that your mind, your human small mind, can't even conceive of it. That's what it feels like here. Okay, so these cards came out. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Let's try to... Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Six of Wands, King of Swords. The Sun. Whew. Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Just right now, I'm not going to go too much into it, but sometimes I look at the Two of Swords as not being able to make a decision, but then sometimes I just look at it as if you just can't see it. It's just not obvious for you, or you can't see it yet, or Spirit's hiding something. Yeah. Four of Swords, the Fool. That's King of Swords. What's this? I didn't do a lot of clarifiers for the other deck, for the other piles, but again, this is going to be different depending on what it is that you're going after. Okay. King of Swords. Page of Cups. That's confusing me. King of Swords, Page of Cups. I feel like something is about to take you by surprise. What's stopping you? What's stopping you is your imagination. Okay, Empress right now, the bottom of the deck, is pure imagination. It's like, I feel as though you are very much aligned. I don't think that collecting material objects is bad. I feel like you've reached a certain point in your life where you feel like, I'm worthy of this. I want to buy myself this beautiful ring. I'm going to buy it for myself. I want to buy myself this car. I'm going to get it. Or, and you feel satisfied. And so you're filling your life up with, whatever feels good in this moment. But there's this, it's like there's a quantum leap that's happening. That's what it is. There's a quantum leap that's happening. You can't see it. You can't even imagine it. With this Fool card, now there's two Fool cards in this deck. There's the Fool and there's the Fool 2.0. And the Fool 2.0, the other card, talks about doing something over again. In a different way, right? Like going through the motions, like maybe you went through the Fool, you were naive, you trusted, you sort of let go and let God and trusted the universe and leapt off this cliff and just trusted the universe to catch you and whatever. And maybe things didn't work out. And so the Fool 2.0 is doing things over again, but in a much smarter way, having experienced failure maybe. And so now you're a lot more wiser in going into this thing, still having faith, still trusting, and still sort of taking a leap of faith, but having a little more experience under your belt. So, but this Fool here is like, wee! I'm just gonna go. There's a lot more lightness here, childlike wonder and enthusiasm, being recognized for your gifts and your talents. A lot of victory for taking this leap of faith that's coming into you. The King of Swords to me seems like an offer. It feels like a person. Yeah, with the blue. They're showing me this blue, the pocket square thing there. Then the blue is the throat chakra color. And I mean, the swords is about mental energy and communication and stuff. So the King of Swords to me seems like a message coming through. And then here with the Page of Cups, there's this letter here. And the Page of Cups can be new beginnings in love or new creative opportunities of some kind, a new way of creating or expressing yourself in very creative, heartfelt ways. That could be it. But I clarified the King of Swords and Page of Cups came out. So it's like a person, but it's like this heartfelt message that's coming in or offer or opportunity for you. That I feel as though it's going to really catch you off guard. Like there's not a lot blocking you that maybe you've worked through in the past. I feel like none of that really matters anymore. Like you're in a really good place in your life right now, and this is just like things are just happening as you're living your life with the Page of Pentacles and the Sun. You're just full of joy, having fun, enjoying the moment, enjoying the sunshine. Opportunities are just coming to you when they're needed, when you ask for them. You're manifesting things pretty easily. But it's like there's something bigger that your soul is going after. You don't know what it is. It's a part of your soul journey here. And it's like someone is going to recognize you and offer you this like opportunity, something that you've never dreamed of with the Fool, like the actual Fool, like something you've never even really dreamed of, something completely different. I feel that you're like, what? Like, can I even do that? Spirit's saying, yes, you can. You're made for this. But it's going to come as a complete surprise to you, I think. Queen of Swords. What was I talking about here? The Queen of Swords. Where do you want me to put this, Spirit? It could be like like a public speaking engagement, contract, or an offer of some sort of public speaking, or a leadership role, or like what are those people who like a lobbyist role of some kind, if you're into politics and stuff, or like leading. I mean, it could be politics with the two swords here, legal mission of some kind, or advocacy of some kind, right? People recognizing you as this leader who can really help to advocate for them with the Chariot here. Like there's a lot of, what's the energy here, Spirit? It's like people recognizing that you are so gifted in this one area that maybe you never even realized that you had this gift, this natural ability to be an advocate, to stand up for something, to lead people in a new direction with the Chariot here, the Queen of Swords and the Chariot, like to really cut through the BS in life, in politics, in some sort of truth, some sort of misinformation that's going on in the world, like you being able to see clearly through it, cut through the tension with a knife kind of energy and speak your truth. And when you speak, people are going to listen. And so there's this, it's going to come out of the blue when you're sort of, taking care of yourself, resting, doing your thing, Page of Pentacles, just like manifesting and following your ideas over here and over there and whatever, and just, having fun and just feeling really satisfied. This is going to come about for you when you're feeling this sense of satisfaction. You're not necessarily feeling empty. You're like, everything's great. Everything's working out really well for me. But there's something else in your soul that your soul is meant to do coming through here, but you don't know exactly what it is yet. But someone else is going to see it in you, this King of Swords energy. And they're going to, I almost see like a king, all jeweled out, right? Bejeweled, this crown, whatever, and just recognizing you in the crowd and pointing at you with his sword. They're showing me like this king pointing at you with his sword and saying, you are going to bring us into the new world. You are going to captain the ship, right? And you're like, what? I've never sailed a ship a day in my life. I don't know what the hell you want me to do, right? Like, I don't know how to do that. But you're like, with the Fool here, you're like, wee, I'm going to do it. Like, I'll do it. Yeah, for sure. I'm up for the challenge. But I don't know what I'm doing. So I feel like you feel a little naive with the Page of Cups here. You feel a little like you're really giddy and excited. But like I don't know. Can I do this? Am I good enough? Not necessarily am I good enough, like not questioning yourself, but do they know? It's almost like you're sneakily, they don't know that I'm actually underqualified for this role, but you are actually qualified, but you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? But this person, this King of Swords energy sees something in you that you don't really see. Not yet, anyway. Who is this King of Swords? Like, does pile number 3 know this person? I think it depends on your situation. Do they know this person? Yeah, it really depends. They gave me I'm not going to put these down, but they gave me 10 of Swords, Temperance, and the Devil. They're like saying, don't worry about it. Just Temperance, Devil. Capricorn. Capricorn, Sagittarius. Like, there's nothing really cohesive there. I think it depends on your situation. If it is somebody that you knew them a really long time ago. With the 10 of Swords, I am going to put this down. With the 10 of, or I'll just put it over here in this like sort of fanned out, it's just like that. If it is somebody that you knew them a really long time ago, it could be 10 years ago, and you haven't talked for a really long time. Maybe something happened between the two of you, and you decided to leave that situation maybe when you were really young. Let's say this person was a lot older than you. King of Swords you could be a Pisces or identify as Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, water sign. This person could be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Like, I feel like you left this situation to take care of yourself, to focus on your own journey, your own well-being with the Temperance here. Because something wasn't right. Like, there was some sort of there's something in their energy that you were just like, I don't want any part of this, right? And so you left them a long time ago. Like, you probably don't even really think about this person that much. Or here we have the Devil, right, in this picture. I don't know if you guys can see. These people are sort of caged. So, chained, tethered to each other because of their own addictions or inner turmoil or codependency issues, right? Feeling trapped by this connection. Maybe you felt trapped by that connection and you really struggled to set yourself free in some way, or, something. Like, I feel as though I feel as though if you do know this person, you knew them a really long time ago. And you let go of them a long time ago. And then the Moon is at the bottom of the deck. So it's going to be revealed to you, I think, maybe intuitively. If there's someone on your mind right now, then maybe it's that person, right? If you're thinking of somebody as I'm explaining that, you're like, that could be the person, or they've watched you grow. They've really recognized that you've grown into yourself, that you're very confident, you speak very eloquently, you're very sure of yourself, and very comforting and loving, and you've really taken care of yourself over the years. They really respect you for who you've become. If that is the person, if it is somebody that you know from the past, and this is like distant past, and they always knew that you could be this thing, this person. They always knew it, and they really respect you for having left them in the dust kind of situation, even though it really tormented them for a long time. Yeah. So we have, I'm not going to put these down, but we have the 9 of Swords, Page of Swords, just as I was telling this story. So 9 of Swords, Page of Swords, King of Cups, King of Wands, 7 of Swords. They always knew, with the 7 of Swords, they always knew that you had it in you. Right? They have a lot of love and affection for you. They want to communicate with you. They're maybe afraid to, or they knew that you were right back then, and they've really taken that in and realized like how influential you were in their life back then. There's something that you did or said that really impacted them and made them rethink a lot of things about their lives and who they are as a person. They really love and respect you for it, and they're a better leader or person or whatever, visionary, because of who of that role that you played in their life. And this is all on a subconscious level. They might not consciously be thinking about that, but you really did impact them back then. If this is somebody that you know, for some of you, it's somebody you don't know, but they know you, or they see you on social media, or they more energy on like other possibilities for this King of Swords for pile number 3. I just feel like it is a person who's about to play a pivotal role in your life. Or it's going to bring you some sort of message. 3 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. Just lay that there. It could have been, no, for some of you, you don't know them. It could be somebody who you made them, like just really think about who they are in this world. You made them second guess who they are on a very core level. And they've been going back and forth, playing over the relationship or the circumstances that you guys went through together. It really affected them profoundly. It made them question how they were showing up in life, and maybe it took a long time for them to realize that, and to connect the dots between like your impact on them, and like, because it's been a long time with the 10 of Swords there. This is a long distant connection, if it is one. Any other thing? Does this person? I think that this is just a very specific message for a few of you here. But what about the rest of the people watching pile number 3? For others of you, if you don't know this person, it doesn't really matter if you knew them or not. This person is going to help you materialize something, or bring you into this sense of stability and growth, success, long-term success, feeling really grounded in yourself and your mission. They're going to bring you help to bring you a lot of that financial security, success, recognition, maybe spread the word, really help to put you on the pedestal out in the world, prop up your business in some sort of way. It could be like an angel investor as well into something that you're doing. Whatever it is, whoever this person is, they are pivotal in your next level, your growth and recognition and success in this next phase in your life. And they recognize potential in you that you don't necessarily see. They have this idea that they want to bring to you, or a project or a plan that is really going to spark your curiosity. And it's something that maybe you've never thought of before, but could actually be really amazing. Yeah, Judgment here, the Lovers, and the Knight of... it's just becoming a mess. Judgment, the Lovers, Knight of Wands. They're going to bring you this... how do you say it? Like a... not irrefutable, but an offer you can't turn down, almost. It's like, oh my God, how come I didn't think of that myself? I'm just getting this energy of like, oh my God, yes. And it's going to excite you with the Knight of Wands. You're going to feel so passionate and excited about this. And then to have people, or this person, this team, this whatever, here to support you, to stand behind you, to really see you and believe in you. This is a soul mission. I think that maybe you guys made this sort of soul contract, whoever this person is, whether you know them or not. You definitely, I think, know them on a soul level. I think that this is a part of your journey together. And they're going to bring you this thing that's like, oh my God, and it's just going to feel so right, because it's your soul that's bringing this thing in. And it's not even going to compare to all the other treasures and things you've manifested. This is like you manifesting something miraculous that your tiny little human mind can't even perceive, because it's so divinely created or inspired, or a gift, It's pretty neat, you guys. Pretty neat. I'm super excited for you. Sorry. Oh my goodness, my throat chakra. It's, like, I can see you squealing, like, ee! When you get this message or you get this communication from somebody, and you're just like, oh my God, is this real? And Spirit, they just pulled out the Two of Swords and the Hermit. They don't want me to go into anything else. They're just like, just wait for it, because we can't share anymore. Otherwise, it'll take the magic away. So I'm not going to go more into that. Let's look at just from a soul healing, anything else. I don't think there's a lot that needs to be done right now. I think you're pretty aligned, pretty open. So this is just a matter of time before that comes in. I'm not going to go into timing because it's going to be different for everybody else. And I feel like when we get all excited over it's going to happen in 10 days from now, it takes you out of the moment. It takes you out of your alignment when tarot readers do that. So I'm not going to do that for you. And again, it's different for everybody. So, and things can happen in your life that kind of shift the course of the timeline a little bit. So let's just not even worry about the timing. It's just going to happen. And I feel as though it's going to be sooner than you think. And it's going to catch you by surprise with the thunderstorm here. It just popped out. It's just going to catch you by surprise. So let it be a surprise. A great surprise. Like, I feel like you're not even going to know what to say. You might need to take a couple days to think about it just so that you can ground the energy, because I feel like it's going to almost lift you off the ground kind of excitement. So maybe you could say, like, just give me a day or two to think about it, because I think you're just going to be so caught up in the unbelievable circumstance. So just ground your energy, take your time to move through it so that you can still be really level-headed with the Queen of Pentacles, like still really focus on, the details so that you can work out the nitty-gritty details of the contract, because those things are really important. You want to make sure, because you're intelligent, you just want to make sure you're not being taken advantage of by this like thing that glitters, right? So looking beneath the surface, what does all this mean when it comes to manifesting it and grounding the energy into the 3D world and making it a reality and all that kind of stuff, right? So making sure that you maintain your level-headedness and not getting too caught up in it, in the excitement. So again, like just taking a couple days before you circle back and communicate about it, because you're just like, oh my God, yes. I think your initial reaction is going to be yes, but then like Spirit saying, okay, just like breathe and pan out the details in a couple days. Okay, what else? Anything blocking them? Anything they can do to bring this in? What's stopping them? What might stop them, or whatever? Like, what do you have to say, Spirit? Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, like you're going to be speechless. Like my throat chakra you're going to be speechless almost, like floating. So we have transformation with Raven. Oh my God. Sight of Owl, 28. Very wise bird energy. Oh my God, the birds here. A little robin or something sitting on her shoulder. With the robins, yeah. Oh my God, the robin's nest. Robin's egg, blue, which is like these colors. There is the color of the purity of Mother Mary energy, nurturing, loving. Transform with ravens. Ravens talk about death and transformation, and not being wasteful of energetic resources. I feel as though this is something, for some of you, it could be very grounded in nature, leading retreats, that kind of stuff. If you're spiritual, if you're like a yoga teacher or you teach that kind of stuff, like leading some sort of retreats of some kind, being that wise person at these centers, coaching, being a visionary of some kind. I think Spirit's saying that you have it in you. You are this visionary. You can see people's darkness, their wounds. You see their truth. You really, truly see them. Like Avatar, what they say to each other, I see you. You really see people for who they are. You are very mystical, very divinely connected and protected and loved. And this is a gift for you. This is your next phase. That you're going to nurture this thing, something really amazing into the world that the world needs right now. Nature, Mother Gaia, Isis, like the world needs this right now, and Spirit is orchestrating this opportunity for you because it's so needed in the world. And And they know that you can't do this all by yourself. And so they're bringing this community, this person, their team of people in to support you, because they recognize that you are this side of this wise owl right here. You can see in the dark. You can lead people through the darkness. They see that in you. They know that in you. They know that about you. You're very nurturing and kind. People just naturally gravitate and follow you because of this essence of you, this love, this Empress energy about you. And they know that you can help heal a lot of people and create a movement, and people can really get behind you. They know that that's a part of your destiny. They can see that in you. They recognize that. And so they're going to bring you this offer. And Spirit is actually orchestrating this offer because of the person that you've become through everything, and none of the old stuff matters anymore. It didn't even show up in your reading, the old pain, like maybe a little bit over here with this relationship or whatever happened there. But you've done so much healing. You're so objective now. You don't take any BS with the Queen of Swords energy down here. Like, you are a leader, you are a fighter, but you fight with love and compassion. Those are your magical tools, right? Those are your weapons: love, compassion, honesty, being genuine, true to yourself, true to your calling, true to the earth, to nature, to the universe, to the divine. The divine speaks through you, and that's what's gonna help people follow you. Okay. Is there anything else? What will make pile number 3 unstoppable? What will make pile number 3 unstoppable? Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts and past lives. No, you're already unstoppable. You've already done all of this, the releasing of soul patterns, contracts, past lives. Maybe you've had a lot of karmic relationships in this life. You've just gone through so much stuff, and it's almost like you've reached a point where you've sent those people love and forgiveness already. You're like, okay, I forgive them. I'm not going to hold on to that anymore. I'm cutting all these cords. Maybe if you need some final cord cutting sessions, see these cords tethering these people to the earth, tying them to something dark, something fiery that is kind of unnecessary. Not just fiery, but like volcanic, like destructive. Doing some cord cutting sessions might help you a little bit if there's any last things that need to be released, but you are poised to... You are a paradigm shifter, not just a light bringer, but a paradigm shifter. And so to help bring this in, maybe some final cord cutting sessions, making sure that you're doing more ceremonies, protecting your energy, just really, really loving and nurturing yourself, releasing any last bits that need to be released, cleansing your energy, making sure you're maintaining your body, managing your health, right? All that kind of stuff, just focusing on those things in the material 3D world. This is just already on its way to you. I don't think there's a lot that you need to do to bring it in. I'm so excited for you. I want to give you more information, but they don't want me to go too much into it. Okay, yeah. Here we go. The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. There's nothing else you need to do. Protect your energy. Stay aligned. Make sure that you're staying connected to source energy as much as you possibly can throughout the day, maintaining that energetic connection. And that's kind of like all you really need to do, because this is already on its way to you. People are already recognizing you. So just do your thing. Just do your thing, whatever that is. Do it. And don't worry about this, because it's coming in anyways. And yeah, release any other karmic cords, and forgive and let go and all that kind of stuff. Surrender. But you've already done all that. Any sort of last minute just cleansing out that energy from other people. And then this is going to pop right in fairly soon, I'm certain. And again, it's different for everybody. I do kind of want to get Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, they're not giving me a specific time. It's maybe the change of the seasons, possibly for you. It's coming, and divine timing is at play, so there's not a whole lot you can do. You might even have to wait for that person to kind of get their ducks in a row before they contact you, but I feel like you are already there. You're kind of just waiting for other people to catch up. And with that, pile number 3, thank you for being here. And I'm sending you so much love. I'm really excited for you. Comment below. Let me know how this reading resonated, if it resonated, and then save this video so that maybe in the future you can come back and let me know what happened, or email me. Better yet, just email me, because I want to connect with all of you as much as possible. Stay connected. Speaking of staying connected, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so that you don't miss any of the readings that I upload, and that we can just be in each other's lives from now on, and forever maybe. Okay? Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to our next reading together. Bye.